I'm Matt, and this is another exciting home inspection video. So today we're going to inspect a fireplace. So when I inspect a fireplace, I start from across the room and I look up at the ceiling, because fireplaces have chimneys and chimneys leak water. This is a two-story house, but I'm going to look here anyway because water can travel inside of a chimney and then come out down lower and cause water damage here, and not on the second floor. There's a bedroom above here. And we'll check the bedroom too, but check both places. So that's where I start. And I look at the outside, look for cracks in the hearth. Looks good. Here's the gas key where you turn it on. I usually use my flashlight, handy dandy flashlight, but because we're making a movie today, I also have a nice big light so we can see better. So inside the chimney, I start at the front usually and work my way back, and right here where this decorative brick meets the firebox is a primary place for cracks. So this one is cracked. They usually are. This is just a tiny little crack here, just enough for me to put in my report. But up here at the top, there's an open place there. See that open spot? Right there. I can put my finger in there. So, this fireplace has a gas log, but if it had a real burnt real wood in it, a hot ember could go up in there, and there might be some wood framing in there that could start on fire. So you want to report that too in your report if you see something like that. Any kind of openings in here you need to report. This doesn't have a brick firebox, it's metal. A lot of times you'll see missing mortar in the back. There is a little bit of cracking here in the bottom. See that? See that? It's just enough for me to report, just a crack. There's a log out of the way. Yeah, see there's more cracks. Over here I notice, this is a metal box like I said, over here I notice this is rusted out a little bit at the bottom. So I can actually stick my finger in there. It feels like there's mortar in there, like maybe somebody patched it once before. See that? I don't know if it's always had a cap on it. There's a cap, or what they call spark arrestor on the top, which keeps the rain out. It's basically a little roof with a screen around it. And it keeps the water from running down the chimney. So I don't know where that water came from, but this probably didn't always have that spark arrestor on the top. So I'm assuming that the water ran down inside here, because this chimney's high up off the ground. That is not groundwater getting in there. So also you look at the lintel here. This is the brick lintel. This carries the load of the brick across this opening. That's in good shape. It's not rusted at all. The top of the firebox up here is the damper, metal damper, and that opens and closes. Let's see if I get a good shot of that. Open and close it just like that. Now your fingers will get dirty when you do this, so you need to wash your hands afterward. So because there's a gas log in here, it just needs to be cocked open a little bit, like about 1/2 inch, to hold that open so the fumes can get out. Doesn't need to be all the way open, as if like if you had a real fire in here, it'd need to be all the way open so it would draft well. So we don't need that here. There's a little bit of rust in the back of the box, so we're going to report that. We're going to report the rust over there. We're going to report the cracks here and that opening up there. So, and I would itemize those in my report. When I say itemize, I'd make each one a separate line. So in the fireplace section, it would say, cracking in the bottom, cracking on the side, cracking at the top, or missing mortar at the top, rust in the back, each one. All right. Alright, so let's light it. Home inspectors don't have to light fireplaces. If you choose, I always have, and if you choose to do it, be careful. Light your lighter first. I happen to have a lighter laying here. Light your lighter first and then turn the gas on. Don't turn the gas on and then go, you know, try to get the lighter go. You know, I've seen people do that. So always light the lighter first. You could even take a pack of matches and just lay a match in there on top of the burner. You want to move the log and find the burner, and you could even see the holes in the burner, and lay the match right on there where you know it's going to catch some gas right away. And then turn the gas on. I'm going to lay my camera down here and turn the gas on. You don't need to turn the gas on full blast. Just turn it on a little bit. Okay. As the gas goes through the, you can turn it up. Yes, and the rest of it caught. Don't let the gas build up in the fireplace if you choose to light them. You'll get a big ball of fire. A big ball of fire will come out here, so you want to keep your head down low and as far away from the firebox as you can if you're going to try and light one. And like I said, just turn the gas on a little bit. Take a picture, click, show that it was working, done. Put everything back the way you found it. You can take a picture before you start moving stuff around so you can put it back the way it was. And that's it. That part is done. I'm going to go in the basement. Maybe we can edit this part out if we have time. This is the clean out in the basement. I usually inspect this when I'm in the basement. I don't run down the stairs and then back up to inspect it. Wash your hands right after you inspect the fireplace. I'm making a movie, so I'm not going to wash my hands. So this one's full of ash. So this needs to be cleaned out. Mainly we're looking at the door to make sure the door's not rusted out. This one's in good shape. This is probably not the original door. Now, one of the issues with these is, this is a basement. We're about 7 feet in the ground. When it rains for a long time, this pit can fill up with water. I don't think this one does because the ash feels pretty dry in there. I'm sticking my hand in there, it feels pretty dry. And it's not matted down, you know, like it got wet and compacted. So this one probably stays dry. But some of them will fill up with water, and people always think their chimney is leaking up at the roof and it's running down the side and running out here. It might be doing that. But in my experience, it is far more likely that that is groundwater. Groundwater will fill that pit up and then start running over and coming out the bottom of the door. And the most ingenious cure I've seen for this is drilling a hole. The pit goes down below the door, like down to about here. So you could drill a hole right through here and stick a tube in there, like fish tank tubing, and seal it with some silicone caulk, and then run it to a safe place like the sump pit, or there's a floor drain right over here. There's one right over there. And that'll keep the water from running across your floor. You know, if you get a foundation company over here, someone that does waterproofing, they will not tell you that. They will tell you they need to dig up the side of the house. They will tar it. They will do this. They will do that. And then somewhere in the fine print, it's going to say, we don't guarantee this not to leak. So, and it'll cost, you know, $10,000, $8,000. So don't do that. If you want to test it to see if it's groundwater or not, take a water hose and lay it on this side of the house near the fires, near the chimney, and just let the water run. Let it trickle for a few hours. And when the ground becomes saturated with water, it might start leaking. So that's the test you do. And that's it. That's how you inspect the fireplace and the ash pit clean out.